This is for those who understand that power, it recedes in the light of constant exposure. This is a protocol for strategic withdrawal. You have to understand your constant visibility. It's not an asset, it's a liability. Every post, every story, every public thought, it just dilutes your presence. It diminishes your power. You become common. So let's start with a diagnosis of a modern condition you're probably experiencing right now. It's a condition that's eroding your focus, scattering your intentions, and quietly stripping you of your influence. Now this state, it's not some personal failure on your part. No, it's a predictable consequence of an environment that rewards constant output. You are simply overexposed. The market is saturated. And the result? Well, it's that deep sense of fatigue and a decline in how you're valued by others, and maybe even by yourself.
That is the diagnosis. Plain and simple.
Okay, so that diagnosis leads us directly to the governing principle behind all of this. It's a timeless law, one that dictates the mechanics of value, of respect, and of power. The law is number 16, and it's something that strategists have understood for centuries. Think about it. Everything in the world depends on absence and presence. A strong presence, sure, it commands attention, but you always reach a point where it creates the opposite effect. You just become a habit. By withdrawing, you create a void. You actually force people to reevaluate you, and that is how you create value, through scarcity.
So you've got two paths. On one side, constant presence makes you common, predictable, and ultimately devalued. But on the other, strategic absence makes you admired, respected, and powerful. Your presence actually diminishes your fame. Your absence makes it grow. This choice, it defines your entire trajectory.
The principle of scarcity is clear enough. But the real question is, how do you build the psychological fortitude to actually disappear? Well, the cure, as it turns out, is ancient. It's a Stoic practice designed to build immunity to fortune itself.
Seneca's logic here is like a fortress. See, if you voluntarily experience hardship, you rob misfortune of its power to surprise you. By choosing discomfort now, you become invulnerable to the discomfort that's forced upon you later. You're actually forestalling the blows of fortune by striking yourself first.
And this practice is actionable. Here's how it works. First, you appoint certain days. Just set them aside from your normal routine. Second, on these days, you cultivate near poverty. You live with the absolute bare minimum, the simplest food, the most basic conditions. And third, through all this, you ask yourself that crucial question, is this what I was so afraid of? And you'll realize you're far more resilient than you ever thought.
So now we merge that strategic law with this ancient practice. And this synthesis, it forms a modern protocol for radical self-development. We call it strategic hibernation. Let's be clear, strategic hibernation is not a vacation. It's a deliberate period of withdrawal. It is an intentional disappearance from the social and digital world for one reason and one reason only: intensive work on yourself. This is your winter arc.
So, what's the objective of this hibernation? It's absolute command of your internal state. It's about freeing yourself from the pull of external validation, from the noise of public opinion. It's about becoming the sole master of your own mind.
All right, so what is the work? What does it really mean to sharpen the blade in the dark? Well, it means the execution of a series of internal mandates.
These are your tasks. First, you're going to keep your guiding principles pure. Second, you will keep your cravings within safe limits. Third, you will not give in to adversity. You will bear it bravely. Fourth, you'll never trust prosperity. Fifth, you'll scour your personality of its flaws. And finally, you will deal only with the present. The past and future have no power here. You only have to deal with what is right in front of you.
This is not a theoretical exercise. This is a direct call to action. It is a mandate.
The duration is 90 days, a complete and total blackout.
So the question isn't about convenience, it's about courage. Can you endure the silence? Can you resist that constant urge to be seen? Are you willing to trade the fleeting validation of the crowd for the permanent strength of the self?
The time for diagnosis is over. The protocol has been delivered. Now, initiate.